Today I will start with clearing two doubts with respect to a word that we encountered last class, Shanaihi Shanaihi. So yeah, it comes in page 95. The second para, tat sambhavana kritatvara, continue, tasya tejasa जड़ीभूतौ इव स्थितासु सखीषु दमयन्ती शनकैः tam avabhashe. So Shanakaihi, I said it was slow and I said it was similar to Ramaihi. It is not Ramaihi. Shanakaihi is an avyayam as well as Shanaihi. So Shanakaihi and Shanaihi are avyayas. They do not have any vibhakti forms. They both mean slowly, slowly or gradually. And page number 96, Mrityum Ritchet. So Mrityum Ritchet, it is not a printing mistake. Ritchet or Ritchasi is a word that means it is okay to obtain or which is desired. So these were the two corrections. And yeah, Ritchet is like Bhavet. Okay, I wanted to tell these two corrections. And we are at the point of the story where the Swayamvara is going to start. So a quick recap. Nala is the king of Nishada. Damayanti is the daughter of Bhima. Both of them, through the conversations with the swan, would decide to marry each other. Damayanti's father, Bhima, would have organized the Swayamvara, and Nala, along with four gods, would be going towards it. The gods, seeing Nala, will determine that if Nala attempts the Swayamvara, then they would not have a chance. So they will ask him to go as their messenger to ask Damayanti to marry one among them. Nala also does the same, but Damayanti will be very adamant to marry Nala itself. So Nala will tell, I will get a bad name saying I went as a messenger and I have got my work done. So that is said by this sentence. Katham parartham dutyena agatya tenaiva swartham sadhayitu nalaha. So he'll request Damayanti to marry one of them, but she'll disagree and she will tell, you also come along with the four gods, we'll see then. Nala will go and narrate whatever happened, what all the conversations that happened between him and Damayanti to the gods, and then the story continues. Okay, please continue reading. अथ प्राप्ते स्वयंवरदिने.
अथ प्राप्ते स्वयंवरदिने महता राजमण्डलेन मण्डितां सभां वर्णस्रजा सह प्रविष्टा सा भैमी तत्र तं राजानम् अतीत्य नलं लक्ष्यीकृत्य पर्यटन्ति क्वचित् नलाकारान् पञ्चपुरुषान् अपश्यत्.
अथ प्राप्ते स्वयंवरदिने. Then came the day of the Swayamvara. Mahata Rajamandalena Manditam Sabham. The Sabha was decorated. Manditam is decorated. So by what was it decorated? The Sabha was decorated by Rajamandala, the gathering of the kings. And how was the gathering? It was Mahata. It was great. So on the day of the Swayamvara, the Sabha or the court was decorated by the gathering of great kings. And the next part of the sentence speaks about Damayanti. Varnasraja saha pravishta sa bhaini. So Damayanti entered not with empty hands. She had a garland. Varnasraja is the garland which she would put uh, on the person whom she would like to marry. So Parnasraja Srak Srujau Srujaha is a word. Sraja is Tritiya Vibhakti of that word. That is in Tritiya Vibhakti because Saha is used. Saha Yoge Tritiya. Pravishta is an adjective for Damayanti that says that Damayanti entered with garland. And what did she do then? Tatra, there, tam tam rajanam atitya. She went from one king to another. She went near one king to another. Nalam lakshi kritya. She was searching for Nala. And how was she searching? Pariyatanti. She was moving in the Sabha, going near one king and the other. She was searching for Nala. And then Kvachit Kvachit Nalakaran Pancha Purushan Apashyat. Then she saw Nala, but there were five of them. Nalakaran Panchapurushan Apashyat. She saw five people looking like Nala. So on the day of the Swayamvara, in the Sabha, there was a gathering of great kings. Damayanti entered with garland in her hand, and she kept moving from one king to another, searching for Nala. And at one place, Pariyatanti, while searching, she saw five people looking like Nala. Okay, yes, please continue.
दृष्ट्वा एव सा निर्विशेषाकारां तां पञ्चनलीं विस्मिता देवेभ्यः नलं विवेक्तुकामा यानि देवता आलिङ्गानि स्थविरेभ्यः श्रुतानि तानि तेषु सुनिपुणं निरूपयामास.
So, Drishtva sa nirvisheshakaram tam. Drishtva eva sa nirvisheshakaram tam. So, she saw them, and how were they? Nirvisheshakaram. There was no difference between, there was no difference from one to other. So, everybody looked the same. All the five nalas looked the same. Nirvisheshakaram. Their akara was without any difference. Nirvishesha is difference. Tam panchanalim. So, Panchanali is a samasa pada. Panchanam nalanam samaharha. So, Panchanalim, Panchanalaranu, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Nadim Nadyo Nadihi. So, Ekavachanam. Vismita, she was surprised. She was surprised seeing, observing no difference between the five nalas. And then Devebhyaha Nalam Vivektu Kama. So, Nalam Vivektu Kama. What had happened? Vivek to Kama. Nalam Vivek to Kama, in the sense she left hope of finding or marrying Nala. Yani Devata Lingani Sthavirepya Shrutani. So Sthavirepya, Sthavira means elderly persons or people with intelligence or knowledgeable people. So Sthavirepya Shrutani Devata Lingani. What had she heard? She had heard things about the god. She had heard things about gods. What had she heard? Okay, this is implied. She would have heard that gods would not blink, their feet would not touch the ground, they would never sweat. All those things she would have heard. Shrutani tani teshu sunipunam nirupayamasa. So in that regard, those gods proved very intelligent. Okay, this sentence means that people would have thought that if gods came in any form, they would not blink, their feet would not touch the ground. But what these four gods would have done is they would act like normal human beings. In the sense, their feet would have touched the ground, they would be blinking, and they would be sweating. All those things would be happening. So Damayanti will not be able to identify who is Nala and who are the four gods. So that was Devepya Sunipunam Nirupayamasa. Okay, they proved that they were very intelligent. Okay, so दृष्ट्वा एव निर्विशेषाकारां तां पञ्चलनीं विस्मिता. She got surprised seeing 5 similar nalas, and nalam vivek tu kama, and she lost hope. And because yani devata lingani sthavirepih shutani, the characteristics of gods that she had heard were proved wrong. Tani teshu sunipunam nirupayamasa is these gods had, what can I say? They had tricked, or they had played a trick to confuse her. Okay. Yeah, any doubts?
Yeah, that where does it indicate proved wrong? Proved is nirupayamasa.
Nirupayamasa. Sunipunam Nirupayamasa is they proved themselves to be intelligent. So that would imply that
Yeah, yeah.
यदा तु
Should I?
सूक्ष्ममपि
यदा तु सुसूक्ष्ममपि तेषु न अन्तरम् अपलभते
उपलभते
स्म उपलभते स्म तदा तान् एव देवान् शरणं व्रजन्ति सा बाला प्राञ्जलिः इदमाह यदि हंसवाक्येन मया नलः पतिव्रतः यदि च मनसा वाचा कर्मणा अपि न अन्यं कामये तदा साक्षिणः देवाः पुण्यश्लोकं मे पतिं दिशन्तु गृह्णन्तु च स्वं रूपम् इति.
Okay, यदा तु susukshmamapi teshu na antaram upalabhate. So when she was not able to find even a minute difference between them, teshu, tada, then taneva devan sharanam vratanti. She sought refuge from those gods themselves. Taneva devan sharanam vratanti. She asked those gods only to help her. Sabala Pranjalihi Idamaha. With folded hands, Damayanti started to speak the following. Yadi, if Hamsavakyena Maya Nalaha Patihi Prataha, if I had considered Nala as my husband after hearing the words of the Hamsa, and Yadi Manasa Vacha Karmanapi na Anyam Kamaye, if I have not considered anybody else to marry by mind, words, or through my actions, tada, then loka vritta sakshinaha. Loka vritta sakshinaha is, loka is the world, vritta is the happening, sakshinaha is witnesses. So the witnesses of the happenings of the world, the gods, punya shlokam patim me dishantu. Please show my husband, who is considered as a punyashloka. Okay, punyashloka is an adjective for Nala. So she has already considered Nala as her husband. Mamame is okay. Mamame dishantu is show. Grinhantu cha swam rupam iti. Grinhantu is please return to your original forms, or please take up your original forms. So this is the part where Damayanti is requesting those gods themselves to help her to find Nala and to take their own form by giving these conditions, that if I have always considered Nala as my husband and have not considered anybody else, then these people should revert to their original forms and should show my husband.
Anna,
Yeah.
what does Punya Shloka mean in this sentence?
Okay, so Punya Shloka is people who are fit to be remembered. Okay, that is one interpretation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೆನೀಬೇಕು. Okay, so whom we should always
Okay.
remember.
सपदि कृतप्रसादेषु अभौमानि स्वानि लिङ्गानि प्रकाशयत्सु देवेषु सा स्वयम् अस्पन्दिना नेत्रेण अस्मेदिना गात्रेण अमहीस्पृशा अङ्घ्रिणा च तान् चतुरः अपि निमिषान् तथा तत् विलक्षणेन चक्षुः निमेषादिलक्षणेन नलं च सम्यक् अवधार्य तान् देवान् प्रणम्य तस्य नैषधस्य कण्ठे वरणस्त्रजम् अर्पयामास.
Sapadi is immediately. Krita prasadeshu is they gave their blessings. Okay, whom she had requested for help, those four gods. They themselves gave their blessings. And Abhaumani Swani Lingani. So we are speaking about gods. So Bhauma means earthly. Abhauma means not earthly. So it implies divine. Swani Lingani, their bodies, Prakashayatsu started glowing. Prakashayatsu Deveshu, Sa, Damayanti, Swayam Aspandina Netrena, Swayam Aspandina Netrena, Aspandana. Spandana means blinking. Aspandana means not blinking. Okay. Asvedina Gatrena. Svedina means perspiring or sweating. So Asvedina Gatrena, Svedanam is perspiring. Asvedina Gatrena is a body that doesn't sweat. Amahi Sprushangrina, Angri means feet or ankle. Sprusha is touch. Mahi is earth. Amahi Sprushangrina is the feet that doesn't touch the earth. Cha Tan Chaturaha Api. Where is it? Yeah. Tan Chaturaha Api Animishan Tatha Tad Vilakshanena Chakshuhu. Okay, we'll stop at this point. So, having seen all these things, she understood that they were not human. Okay, so what happened is when she requested for help at that time itself, their bodies, which were divine, they started to glow and they stopped blinking and they stopped sweating and their feet did not stop touching the ground. Okay, so by these things, Sa Damayanti understood. Avadharya is understood. Okay, we'll come to that. Tan Chaturaha Api Animishan Tatha. So they were not humans. Tatha. And also Tad Vilakshanena. Right opposite to all these things. That means there was a person who was blinking, who was sweating, whose feet was touching the ground. Chakshuhu Nimeshadi Lakshanena. So Chakshuhu Nimesha is also it also means blinking. Chakshuhu Nimeshadi Lakshanena, by this guna or by this behavior of Nala, she identified him. Nalam cha samyak avadharya. She understood that he was Nala because he did not have, he had right opposite behavior of all these mentioned and he was blinking. Samyak avadharya. Tan devan pranamya. She sought the salutations of those gods. Tasya naishadasya kanthe varanasrajam arpayamasa. Okay, she went and placed the garland on Naishadha's kantha, neck. So it this sentence, this paragraph says that these gods voluntarily, they did not want to help her, so they were still in the form of Nala. They had not reverted back to their original forms. However, subconsciously, their body started glowing, they stopped blinking, and their feet touched the ground. However, Nala was naturally blinking, and by that, Damayanti identified him and placed the garland on his neck.
The beginning of the sentence, Krita Prasadeshu, why is that in Saptami Bahu?
Okay, Krita Prasadeshu is Prasada, the Bahuvachana is because all the four people blessed. So that is in Bahuvachana. The Saptami Vibhakti, Avaru Kottaga, it has to denote Aga for denoting that at that point of time.
So it's Sati Saptami, is it?
A loose interpretation of Sati Saptami. It is when immediately when they gave their blessings, it comes like that. So when is used, so we can say it is not exactly Sati Saptami, but it is an interpretation of Saptami Bhakti. It is not exactly Sati Saptami.
Okay.
Immediately when they gave their blessings, their body, which was not earthly, started to glow by the blinking of their eyes, by the okay, their bodies, by observing that their bodies was not sweating, by seeing their feet not touching the ground, Draupadi understood that Nala, who had opposite behavior, who was blinking his eyes, and placed the garland on his neck. So when came, that is why this is in Saptami Bhakti. But usually when Rama went to the forest, Dasharatha died. So Rame Vane Gate Dasharatha Maranam Prapnoti. It should follow that template. If that template comes, then it is Sati Saptami. So we need to
Okay.
have two verbs in case of Sati Saptami. But here we don't find. Avadharya is only word and Arpayamasa is there. Avadharya is Lyabanta, so it is not taking any Sati Saptami form. Arpayamasa is Lit Lakara. That is also not taking any Sati Saptami form. So this sentence is not in Sati Saptami. It is an interpretation of Saptami Vibhakti.
Okay.
Okay, so this next part is highly important. The 8 boons that Nala gets. Okay, so yeah, I'll read this out.
Devaha,
Yeah, please continue.
Devaha tu Ashtaha Nalayashtau Varan Daduhu.
So Devahatu, those gods, Tushtaha, they were very happy. Nalaya, Nalanige, Ashtau Varan Daduhu, they gave 8 boons. Okay, these boons are as follows. Tatra Shakro Yagne Pratyaksha Darshanam Anuttamam Gatim Sa Pradat. So there, Shakra means Indra gave 2 boons. What were they? Yagne Pratyaksha Darshanam. So whenever Nala would do a yagna and he would give the arghya, usually Agni would be the carrier, but here Indra would himself come to take that. Yagne Pratyaksha Darshanam. Anuttamam Gatim. Anuttama is a very interesting word. It means excellent. Okay, so yeah, Anuttamam Gatim. Gatim is good luck. Anuttamam Gatim is good behavior or ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋದು. Righteousness, we can say. Cha Pradat. He gave. Then what did Agni give? Agni tu tat ichaya Agni samudbhavam atmasalokyam cha dattavan. So what did Agni give? Tadichaya Agni samudbhavam. Whenever Nala wants, there will be fire. Tadichaya Agni Samudbhavam. A fire would burn, it would get lightened whenever Nala wants. Atmasalokyam cha dattavan. Good perspective or introspection. Ability of introspection. Dattavan. Dharmaradha Yamaha Punaha Annarasam Dharme Ratim cha Anugrahitavan. So Yama gave Annarasam. Annarasam is the ability to cook. Dharme Ratim, again it is the same thing, to walk on the righteous path. Anugrahitavan. Varunaha Tavat Tavat Ichaya Jalotpattim. So Agni gave a boon that whenever he wants, he would get fire. Similarly, Varuna also gave a boon that whenever he wants, there will be water. Uttamam Srajam. Srajam again is garland, a very good garland. Cha Prasadi Kritavan. So, any doubts till now?
Just one Annarasam.
Yeah.
Is it just ability to cook or ability to taste? Rasam means taste, right?
Yes. Actually, I'm not. While learning, I just saw Annarasam is cooking. So, okay. 1 minute.
No, I'm just going with the rasa as the basis. So that's why I was just asking from that perspective.
Okay. Yeah, it just means taste. As you said, cooking with taste in distinguishing food. Okay, this is dictionary meaning. The dictionary says
Okay.
taste in distinguishing food.
Okay.
Essence of food. It also means nourishment.
Nourishment. Okay.
It is correct dictionary. So I had learned it as cooking. So loosely,
Okay.
yeah. But what you said is right. It is taste and distinguishing food. Yes. Okay. Can anybody please break the next sandhi?
Which one?
The next sandhi. This word.
एतावत् अपि
Okay.
अपरिचिताः पुत्राः ते देवाः एका पुत्री एकः पुत्रः
Hello. Okay. The
Can
voice.
you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
एतावत् एतावत् अपि
Okay.
पुत्राः ते देवाः एका पुत्री एकः पुत्रः च अति द्वयं जायताम् इति सम्भूय एकं वरं दत्त्वा अनुग्रहीताः।
Okay. Etavat api aparitushtaha te devaha. So, having given all these boons, still these gods were not satisfied. So the gods were not satisfied even after giving him. Two were given by Indra, two were given by Agni, two were given by Dharma, and two were given by Varuna. So 8 boons. Even after giving 8 boons, the gods were dissatisfied. So they together gave one boon, and the boon was Eka Putri Ekaha Putraha Sa iti Apatyadvayam Jayatam. So you will get, or one boy, one girl, and one boy will be born. Jayatam iti Sambhuya Ekam Varam. Together, one vara, Datva, one boon. Having given this boon, Antarhitaha, they vanished. So Nala and Damayanti have 2 kids, and interestingly, they have the same name. So I think it is mentioned in this lesson. Eka putri ekah putra cha iti apatyaद्वयं जायताम iti sambhuya ekam varam datva antarhitaha. So together they have got 9 boons. So these boons can be written in own words. So we need not have to write pradat or dattavan or kritavan. Choose any one verb. So you can just put it at the end. So dharmarajah anarasam dharmeratam dattavan. Varunaha uttamam sratam इच्छया जलोत्पत्तिं दत्तवान् अग्निः इच्छया अग्निसमुद्भवम् आत्मसालोक्यं दत्तवान् शक्रः यज्ञे प्रत्यक्षदर्शनम् अनुत्तमां गतिं दत्तवान् तथैव देवाः सम्भूय एका पुत्री एकः पुत्रं च प्रादात् इति जायताम् इति एकं वरं दत्तवान् दत्तवन्तः. Okay, so that is a very frequently asked question. Okay, the last para.
अथ यथाविधि निर्वृत्तमङ्गलः नलः तया नवोढया सह स्वपुरम् आसाद्य तत्र तस्या गृहलक्ष्म्यां तथा राजलक्ष्म्यां च समसंविभक्त यौवनश्रीः चिरं विजहार.
Yathavidi, as per the rules, as per the tradition, Nirvritta Mangalaha Nalaha. So, Nirvritta Mangalaha, the meaning is, there is little confusion there. Okay. Basically, it is giving 2 meanings. What I had studied is satisfied, but an interpretation is also there about peaceful. So peaceful, tranquil happiness. So Nivritta Mangala is satisfied Nala. Taya Navodhaya, Tritiya Vibhakti. Navodhaya is a newly married bride. Saha, along with Damayanti, it implies Damayanti. Swapuram Asadhya, he reached his city, his own city. Tatra Tasyam Grihalakshmyam Tatha Rajalakshmyam च सम संविभक्त यौवन श्री चिरम यौवन श्री, it is breaking, so यौवन श्री चिरम vijahara is he spent. So then, as per traditions, this satisfied Nala took his newly wed bride to his own city, and there tasyam grihalakshmyam, there, and that Grihalakshmi, Damayanti is being referred as Grihalakshmi, and Rajalakshmi is the happiness or the prosperity of the kingdom. Cha Sama Sambhibhakta Yauvana Shrihi. He gave equal time, equal importance to his Grihalakshmi as well as his Rajalakshmi. Chiram Vijahara. He spent a long time like this. How like this is he gave equal amount of time to his wife as well as to governing the kingdom, and he spent a long time. Tatah saha kalena tasyam bhaimyam indrasenakhyam putram indrasenakhyam putri cha utpadayamasa. Then in due course of time, Damayanti obtained 2 kids by name Indrasena. Indrasena and Indrasena. Indrasena is the putra, Indrasena is putri. So this ends the story of Nala and Damayanti with respect to this lesson. So as we know, this part of the story is also famous, but the next part is more famous, where Nala loses his kingdom to gambling, Then he becomes famous as a cook. He learns gambling, comes back. That part of the story is more famous. Okay, any doubts?
Because
Yeah.
you were talking about that Mrityum Richet, no?
Yes.
Earlier. Is it that Sandhi, because of Sandhi, it becomes Richet?
No, it is
Richet becomes.
Mrityum
Yeah.
Ma Halanta plus R.
Oh, okay, okay.
Swara R.
So it is not Ichet.
No, it is not it. It is not a printing mistake.